Between 1982 and 1988, Dorothea Puente murdered several of her tenants, typically by poisoning them with lethal doses of drugs, and then buried their bodies in the backyard of her property. Dorothea Puente was a seemingly sweet and caring elderly woman who ran a boarding house in Sacramento, California, during the 1980s. She was well regarded by her neighbors and the community, as she presented herself as a charitable and compassionate individual. However, behind her benevolent facade lay a dark secret. Dorothea Puente was a serial killer who preyed on vulnerable and elderly tenants living in her boarding house. She targeted individuals who were estranged from their families and unlikely to be missed. The investigation into Puente's crimes began in 1988 when a social worker became suspicious about the number of her tenants who had disappeared under suspicious circumstances. The police conducted a search of the property and discovered the buried remains of 7 victims. Dorothea Puente was arrested and charged with 9 counts of murder. During her trial, she maintained her innocence, claiming that she had no knowledge of the murders and that the victims died of natural causes. In the end, Puente was convicted of 3 counts of first-degree murder and 6 counts of second-degree murder. She was sentenced to life in prison without the possibility of parole. The true number of her victims may never be known.